Alright, can Horehound cure my throat? My post-cold throat. It's all like congested. I've been sneezing out all kinds of snot like 2 days after. It started out where I was really cold. No, it started out when I was really runny. My nose was really runny, going through, I think I probably went through a whole thing of toilet paper, got the TP nose. After that, I was really struggling. It only took a few hours. Unless if it started the day before, which it was a kind of a slow start if that was the case. It's really hard to pinpoint the exact, like, the conception of my cold, like what I touched or breathed in to get it. But it became noticeable when I was hanging out in the library and getting massive runny nose. Then I got really cold because I wasn't keeping myself warm. I got a couple of heat packs, and then at the end of the library, it closed at 6. I ran to my car to try to warm up as best I could. And then overnight, it was raining, so it wasn't extremely cold, but it was nice and chilly. I used 2 sleeping bags that I just bought and sweat all night that night, two nights ago. And then in the morning, the next day, I was really, like, my head was dull. I was feeling very dull and tired. I didn't want to move. I could just sit for hours and just stare and watch people. That's it. Like, if I was a home dweller, I would sit and watch TV all day, okay? I was that dull. And then, things started picking up. Yesterday was when the sore, like the really runny, the congested throat, like coughing up phlegm all the time, really started kicking in. That's when I started in on my Horehound tea, which I only made one, and I think I made a mistake in mixing it with slippery elm. All right, slippery elm is awful. You don't mix slippery elm with anything unless you don't want to consume it. Because slippery elm does not slip through these little fine mesh holes very well. It's just a runny mess. It was a seal. It created like a seal and made it difficult for the water to pass through. So I don't know how much of the Horehound I got yesterday. But this, I have just Horehound by itself. And you can see it's the loose leaf stuff. Okay? It's just the loose stuff. I'm not straining it or anything. I'm just going to drink it with a straw. Oh, that's terrible. It's like a combination of sour and bitter together. But this dries out the throat, and I kind of believe that it's working. When I first had Horehound a few years ago, when I had it, my throat was actually, I was coughing up kind of a bloody sputum, just a small amount, but it was enough to bring my attention to the power of Horehounds. And it probably will cause a bloody cough up again. I haven't experienced that yet because it might be attacking the sore throat. And back in the old days, in the early 1900s, I believe, I'm not sure how much before that, but there was Horehound candy that they'd sell to the kids, which stopped, and I don't understand. Why did it get so dark? What's going on? Horehound candy. I would not dare mix it with sugar. Maybe I could eat it with a fruit or something, but I'll just have it by itself. The sour, bitter. And I'm sucking up some pieces here. This straw's not doing as good of a job as it's supposed to. But that's gonna dry out my throat. So to make a good evaluation, I guess it'd probably be better to wait after I finish this and see what happens. But I kind of think it's working, as it's like said by other people.